Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Wednesday, November 18th, 2009. Hope you all have had a great day today. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Again, if this is your first time watching the video, you want to scroll up to the top of this post, and I'll show you real quick. And you want to click this link right here where it says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. Trust me, it's not just there for show. If you click it, it'll give you all the information on the system, teach you the rules and all that sort of stuff, and hopefully it'll make this video less confusing. So do that, and then go over the rules a couple times, then come back, and I guarantee you this video will be a lot more valuable to you. So with that said, let me take a look at a couple comments from yesterday. Again, appreciate the comments. First one's from Peel, just wanting to know about platforms. With XTIC, before you could use the demo and it would still work fine, but I believe they changed something, so now you do have to upgrade in order to be able to use all the currency pairs that you would want, and in this case it would be the cable. So there is really no other workaround. If you want to get the charts exactly like mine, then really the only way is to purchase XTIC. Again, I don't endorse it or any way like that, but it just does, it makes nice pictures and works for me, so I use it. Again, MetaTrader, there are people, if you go on the forums, that have found ways to make it work for this system, so that would be my next advice to use. Just go on the forums, click on free Forex trading systems, and it should be one of the sticky threads there, just regarding the Cowabunga system and MetaTrader. So hopefully somebody can help you out there, and I know there's a lot of templates that are set up and all that sort of thing, but I haven't really tested them out, so can't really help you out there. Again, but if you want to mimic my charts exactly, really the only way to do it is to purchase the upgrade from XTIC. The next one is from Rogue Pipper, who is just expressing thanks, and I appreciate that. Again, I just want to help out as much as I can. Your question is not dumb, and it's actually a good question. You're asking about stochastics and how I said it was trending up. Really what I meant by trending up is that it had crossed up, just like a crossover with the moving averages. It had actually crossed up. So I know where you can get confused there, because you were looking at the slow moving average sloping down. That's not what I was referring to. Usually when stochastics are trending up, both lines are kind of angling in the upward direction, but in this case it had just crossed up, which is still okay, even though both lines weren't sloping upwards. As long as there was a cross in the direction of your trade, then you're fine. So I hope that clarifies that, and again, that's a really good question, so don't hesitate to ask, even if you feel like it might be very beginner. I mean, that's what this blog is for. So again, great question. And so now I'm just going to jump into my charts. I have a 15-minute and a 4-hour chart open. I'm going to open up my 4-hour chart and move it to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. Again, my uptrend was still intact. You can see our most recent trend change candle was here on the 13th. So at the start of my day, I'm only looking for long trades. Now if I move my chart forward, you can see that here, this is the 7 a.m. candle. This closes at 11. You can see a new trend change candle has formed. RSI is below 50. Stochastics are trending down. This is a valid trend change candle. However, the trend does not officially take place until the close of this candle. So this candle doesn't close until 11, meaning that our trend doesn't officially switch from up to down until 11 a.m. Eastern time for me. So until 11 a.m. the trend is still up, and after 11 a.m. once this candle closes, now the trend switches from up to down. And so now from 11 to, I stopped trading at 12 noon. From 11 on forward, you're only looking for short trades there. So this is the only time it can really get confusing, is when there's a trend change candle right in the middle of our session, but I'll go through it again as we move on in our 15-minute chart. Now that I have my 15-minute chart open, I'm going to move this back to before midnight. Now you can see right away that there's a crossover here at 11:45, which closes at midnight. But I don't start actually looking for trades until midnight starts, so this is not a trade for me. Just a quick address there, just in case you had questions. Now before I start trading, as many of you know, I am going to look at my news events for the day. So you can just click on this Tools tab, and it's going to automatically pull up the news events for the day. You want to just make sure this time zone is correct to match wherever you are. Otherwise, you're going to have the wrong time, and that won't be good. And we're just going to jot down the times for important news events that deal with the UK or the US, because that's the currency pair we're trading. So at 4:30, we had a big one, the Bank of England meeting minutes. That's for the UK. And then at 6 o'clock, we had the UK CBI Industrial Trends Total Orders. If you move on down, 8:30 was the next. I know we have this MBA mortgage application, so that's not really a big deal. At 8:30, though, you could see the slew of U.S. Reports here. The big ones are CPI, the core CPI, and then, of course, you have building permits, housing starts, and all that sort of stuff. So you just want to jot these times down. So I'm jotting, right now, I would be jotting 4:30, 6, and 8:30. a.m. all Eastern time for me. I'm just going to jot down a notepad or set an alert in my Outlook, whatever, just to let me know when those news events are coming out, because I don't want to be in the market during those times. Alright, so now that I have my news events ready, and I know right now at this point I'm only looking for long trades, I'm ready to start my day. So I'm going to simulate a day by moving my chart forward one candle at a time. And hopefully you can see my thought process as I go along the day trading this system. Okay, so really what we're waiting for is a crossover to the upside, and we get one. Now, let's look at the indicators. RSI is above 50, stochastics are trending up, MACD has gone from negative to positive. This is a valid entry. However, this candle closes at 4 a.m. Eastern time, and if you look at your notepad, you'll notice that at 4:30 we have news coming out. Now, 30 minutes really isn't a lot of time for your trade to develop. So if you're aggressive, then go ahead and enter, but just exit right at 4:30. But if you're conservative, kind of like me, then you just want to kind of stay out. You know, there'll be other trades later. I usually like to have at least 45 minutes to an hour of trade time, and since this one is so close to news events, I'm just not going to enter in this one. So I'm going to let this one pass. And 4:30, you can see we had a big spike with the news candle. So that usually happens, especially with minutes, any kind of bank minutes, that usually happens. So we're just going to continue to move forward. Here we get another crossover. RSI is above 50, stochastics crossed up. MACD is negative, and it actually went to 0 there because you can't see it. So that's a valid signal. Again, this happened after our 6 a.m. news, so that's okay. As long as this isn't the 6 a.m. candle. This is actually the 6:15 candle, so that's okay. You can enter at this point. So you would enter at the close of this candle, which is 68.24, or as close to it as possible. Now your most recent swing low is going to be right there at 67.69. Or if you're more conservative, you could pick this support level right here, because since this is a spike, you know, you can do that too. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at this swing low at 67.69. Now we're at 68.24. That's our entry. So the nearest 50 or 0 level is right here at 68.50. Gives us some room to get a potential profit there. So we'll leave it at 68.50. And now I'm just going to move forward. And remember, I have news coming out at 8:30. And you know you don't want to be on the market when news comes out. So regardless of what happens, I will exit at 8:30. And so here's the 8:15 candle. Our price, you know, our target or stop isn't hit. And at the close of this candle, it's 8:30 with the news. So you just want to exit here and take the loss. So here's the close of the candle at 68.04. You just go ahead and exit. And then here we get the news candle. And you can see it didn't really do too much. And I'll just continue to move it forward, and you can see that throughout the rest of the day we just had a big move down. And actually I'm going to move this back. This is at 11 o'clock. This is when you would look at your 4-hour chart and see that a new trend formed. So at this point now you can switch your frame of mind, and instead of looking for long trades, now you would only be looking for short trades. But unfortunately we didn't have anything there. So just one trade a day, just a small loss. Nothing really exciting happened for us, but that's okay. Don't forget to ask questions if you want, and I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.